Good afternoon, folks. So good to have you here. It is Tass Talk once again, and I'm Tassinix, your host. We have a very special guest here with us who I haven't set the camera up for quite yet, but it is our very own GoodOlMaurice. How are you,
Hello,
sir?
everybody. I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing well. Chat, you'll have to let me know if he sounds loud enough for you. We'll get that fixed if it's not. But otherwise, let me get this up. Guest cam. Okay, almost there. Almost there. There he is. We got him live.
Hello. Hi.
All right. So, how you doing, man? I was watching most of the stream. I actually missed just the last few minutes as I was getting ready here to go live. So, how did it end up for you?
We pulled it out 9:44 to 8:99. So
Oh,
a little slugfest.
your matches give me anxiety, man.
Yeah. So we pulled this one out.
That
Go
is
for the championship match. So it's got a chance to start 7-2, which I'm pretty pleased about this round. So
very
pretty
well
pumped.
done. Yeah, you're doing better than I am. I'm what is it? I'm 5-3. So here we are. Wait, is that right?
Probably this is the 8th match. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's right. Yeah, 5-3 is accurate. Okay, well, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, introduce yourself to everybody. I'm sure most everybody coming in here from the raid is very well aware who Gam is, but tell us about yourself. Tell us about the size of your account, and yeah, just anything else you want to include in a brief intro. Like elevator pitch me, man.
Well, I'm GoodOlMaurice. T Money and I started a YouTube channel about 4 or 5 years ago now, covering Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes pretty exclusively. So, been doing it a long time. Moved over to Twitch about 17 months ago by myself. Still carrying, our logo, our branding and stuff. But Operation Metaverse, I'm GoodOlMaurice. So,
Yep.
same thing, which is kind of confusing because I have 2 Twitch accounts, one for each. So, but yeah.
What
So
do you use
accounts.
the? What do you use? What do you flip between them for?
Well, like when I'm watching other people on Twitch, when I'm watching on my phone, I'm good on Maurice.
Gotcha.
When I'm watching on the
Gotcha.
computer, it's Operation Metaverse. And there's been, let's for you instance, maybe I've been watching you on my computer. I always feel like an asshole when I pick up my phone, and oh, I didn't follow on this account. So there's like this weird, do I follow and shame myself on my second account? Does that make any sense?
Oh man.
So it's like, well, I don't want them to call me out for never subbing. Well, they were watching my phone, so.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fair. I can appreciate that. By the way, how is T Money doing? What's life like on the other side for her? You keeping in touch?
Oh, yeah, she's good. She's good. She sent me some interesting pictures from, I guess her and her friends are having some sort of celebration. It looked to be partaking in adult beverages. It was pretty interesting. So she's
All
good,
right.
man. She seems really good.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess just before we start digging into anything else game related, does your hat have a particular story to it, or is it just covering male pattern baldness like myself?
No, I mean I got hair.
Damn,
Right?
damn. Because I'm totally
I got
compensating, right? Like, check this out, like, right? Yeah, nah, nah. Like, it's
I
like an
got-
alien egg. Yeah. So let's be clear. We all have our reasons, but
Yeah.
you just like the hat. All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
And,
well. Yeah, I mean I guess so.
yeah, good enough reason as any, I suppose. And outside of Swugga, like hobby-wise, what's something that I think people, that you think people would be very surprised to know that you do, that you enjoy?
I can play a variety of instruments. I mix a lot of music on the computer. Not talented enough to mix music and try to put it behind my stream because it's not good, right? But
Okay.
I'd like to dabble in stuff like that.
All right,
Play a lot
all
of
right. Well, what do you play? What all
Valheim.
do you play? Because that's
Um,
remarkable.
Stringed instruments, pretty much guitar, bass,
Okay.
a little bit of the mandolin. Hands are a little big for mandolin, unfortunately, but I can play 4 or 5 bass chords, just kind of keep rhythm, which you pretty much do with mandolin. But I'm not gonna be ripping it up like like Jeff Austin, just up and
Yeah.
down. But ukulele. Never learned the banjo. That would be fun.
Really?
But
Okay. Yeah, my old man played guitar, and my dad's side of the family's Serbian. There's this like little Serbian guitar. I forget what its name is, but he used to bang it out on that one too. But yeah, no, that's amazing, man. I actually something I probably haven't talked about on stream before either. I actually grew up playing music too. My brother and I were both competitive like organists. Like we like our uncle taught us. He was a music teacher for all different kinds of instruments because he was really gifted, right? But he taught us, and we were both like championship competing organists before we were 10.
See, I would love to learn how to play that. My
It's
the
dope.
most experience I have with the keyboard is like a little 16 key like MIDI keyboard. Like just sits in my lap and just turn it into
Yeah.
sound effects. It's about the extent of my.
I'm gonna have to send you to this, and you can watch it off stream. But like, there's this pipe organ song. I want you to see how this guy plays and how physical it is. Playing that organ because this guy is just belting it out. Like it's an incredibly active instrument, and he's just enjoying it. Like his face is solid, right? Like he's a German guy playing it, but he's just totally into it. His body is just loving playing that. I will
So
get
I'm
you
gonna
that.
watch it, and then you're gonna reveal that is you.
Oh, no, no, no. This is some like obviously way older dude than me. I might look old, but not that old. All right. All right, so let's start getting into the game here. Projects. So first of all, I don't think my current state account. I'm just under 10 million, guys. I'm closing in on it. I think I might actually set up Wampa here on the stream for you guys when we get to the Wampa question. But first and foremost, sir, what projects are you working on right now?
I am catching up on Mace. Mine, like the majority of the community, was R3, so pushing him up some relics. Probably get him to R7. Take a little break.
Yep.
And then I also am working on Young Lando because I'd like to have like Dash and Lando in my pocket in the event I need something for Versio, right? So I'm trying to figure out ways because there's teams like Dash, like Lord Vader that people are just figuring out, on defense. And do I want to keep putting these teams and
Right.
just get roasted for 65 banners? Do I want to figure out how to use them on offense effectively and let them get 65 banners on something else, right? So
That's fair.
it's fun. Dash, I have high hopes for Dash offensively. I think he's going to help me a lot.
Now,
Uh,
does that now tell us more about that? Does that require the Omicron for that to work against Steiden?
It
Okay.
may against some of the better ones. Like I fought a really decked out one today, R7, and my Treya, Barris, and Sith Trooper about went down in flames. Right, it's very very
Mm,
close. So maybe,
I
but for the
see.
most part, not really because you're going to have Cara Dune on the team, right? So you get an extra turn after you stun them all,
Mm-hmm.
and Dash Cara, Young Lando, L3 Vandor is what I want to run. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like again, no testing done against high relics, but it works against the lesser teams pretty well. But
Okay, that's fair.
yeah.
And when you're referring to things that are having that one figured out, so what I've tried to do is I just made mine like 361, so 381 effective, and I think that puts a lot of pressure on people. But do people just have this figured out where you just go around the speed? What do you? I mean, some people are putting Nest down with it to impede CLS because I know you could CLS it, but what else is going on out there?
Well, I think maybe not for yourself, maybe not even for me. I could make a fast dash. I'm just doing a bunch of other weird stuff. I think the vast majority of people aren't going to have the secondary speeds to be making dash 360, to make Queel 350, to make
Yeah,
Moff Gideon 370, right?
for
So
sure.
you're gonna have to make decisions. I think dash is one that you can kind of, well, I can't keep up with the Joneses, so let's figure out something else to do with him, and you
Yeah,
can bring him down slower, right? Like if you just
absolutely.
if indeed he's great versus Versio, put 310 on him, use your speed elsewhere. That's my plan.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's great if you are taking out an offense because I can't imagine that if it's gonna 65 something that you're gonna get so much value out of all that speed on them.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I haven't tested against a bunch of high relic stuff, so it could just be a huge flop. And I'm kind of stopping Young Lando at R4 just to see if the principle works. And maybe I come up a little short, but maybe that extra 3 relic levels on Lando, because that's what you need. Because that's what the Dash team, if you want to beat Versio, needs is a single target big shot, right? Because you can whittle them all down, but eventually you want to open up Vandor, or you eventually want to open up and kill your snow trooper, kill your death trooper
Right.
with one shot when you get the opportunity. So that's the goal. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So young Lando, and how should this young Lando be set up?
I think just initial just crit damage and crit chance, probably health would be good too. Just big damage, big damage, and he's going to start with the prepared, and he can turn. He like let's say they go after Dash and he almost gets dead. Like whoever they open up on, if it's not young Lando, and maybe for some reason they get around the taunt, and some of your other characters gets close to dying, you can put them in stealth and kind of protect them a little bit, give you a little backup until you get that taunt back up on L3. And inevitably, you probably are going to need the Omicron for this team to beat the best of the best, but I don't want to invest it quite yet.
Yeah, I already know that there are some offensive matchups where people are using them where it is required. So the more that there are that seem to need it, though, that makes you feel all the better about the investment if you go that way.
Yeah, and like yourself, I'm in a pretty TW focused guild, so it's a so whatever you and your guildmates decide on, there's a balance. I would think at least probably one for TW, one for Grand Arena, one for TW, one for Grand Arena.
Yeah.
So you got to be real. You got to make damn sure you can use it before Do I need this?
Yeah, we are going to be doing Wampa for next week. I'm sold, man. I don't know about you. What do you think?
And the same thing as Dash. Like, do I want Dash? Do I want Wampa? Do I want Qui-Gon Jinn? Like, they're all good.
Yeah.
But I just can't decide because they're so important. Because, Mace just got a TW Omicron. Embo, we got these Inquisitors coming out with TW Omicrons. Who knows what the legendary Inquisitor is going to do? So like, it's tough. Excuse me. You got to save, and it's killing me. It's killing me.
Yeah, and I'll ask about the Grand Inquisitor later, but I absolutely agree that it's a tough balance, and I think the way that most of the guilds are breaking is having people do the Omicrons that are really necessary, to have good effect in GAC, and very carefully considering when, or if like you're saying 1-1, I think what Vanguard's doing is until it's specifically requested, try and win your GACs, get that money, get them crystals.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's not 1-1 in Wolfpack. I'm just saying that's what I'm trying to do. Because I have one in the bank right now. I could spend it, but while I figure out which one I want for Grand Arena, we'll leave that one in the tank just in case they do come out and be like, do Mace now, we need it, or do Imbo. I'd like to. Yeah. For once, I'd like to have one in reserve and not be the guy that has to wait a week and a half because he just put one on Versio, yep. which it was last time. So
yep, a week and a half. How are you getting them at that rate? Do you just luck out in the Cantina farm?
No. I'm saying like when they called for the guild to put an Omicron on, I was 7 or 8 short. So three GCs is 6. We did have those double drops, which I got none on. I got none
either. That was heinous, guys. I refreshed up like on the first day up through the 1600s.
Okay, you went way more than me.
Dude, no, that was just the first day. The second day, I did like through the 800s, got nothing. The third day, the fourth day, through the 400s, both those days, got nothing. Just hateful.
It was a real kick in the balls. I was getting Omegas, right? The rare. Wait, these are still in Cantina Omegas. Yeah. Like they're so. I would say the drop rate's even lower than the Omicrons, and it pissed me off. But I did get pretty lucky. During the Galactic Chases, we were just constantly spamming Cantina. I picked up 2 or 3 from there, so I guess it all kind of balances out. But
yeah. All right. Well. It's you take and win when you can get one, I guess.
Yeah.
What's actually been new this season for you? Is there anything like any new team that you've been encountering from opponents that caught you by surprise? Anything that's caught your attention? Something offbeat?
Not so much new team compositions necessarily, but I've seen some different modding. Which can be problematic, right? So people, it's 50-50 split from what I'm seeing. People are running like fast cat, or people are running slow healthy cat.
Yeah,
and the counters are a little different for those, right? It's hard to. I don't really have a do either one counter. Like if the cat's this way, I have to use A. If the cat's the other way, I have to use B. Um, not really. Mace will be interesting next season or next week when everyone has the Omicrons or the resources on him.
Mm-hmm.
I did fight a Mace on a Kenobi and he was atrocious because I could just his taunt gets replaced with the new mechanic and then you can just dispel the new mechanic. So you're fighting Kenobi with no tank, right?
Right.
So so he's not great there for now anyway.
Yep. Yep.
Or at least as the tank.
I think
He may be good as a with another tank, maybe. I don't know, but
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sure he would do well in that case.
mhm.
Like in the place that you would use Ayla otherwise, maybe, something
Yeah.
like that. But I think for now, my mace is going to be the tank for Starkiller.
Oh yeah.
So
That's where 3 goes.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah. I'm sure that's not an invention of mine, but that's what jumped right out at me when I was like, okay, this is not good for JMK. So where else should he be? You know what? This will do, and that means GK is full timing it now with either JMK or if I'm really wanting to set down that tricked out Qui-Gon team, with Cam and everything. So I would have like I want to say 375 effective JKA.
yeah.
So good times possibly from that. And I have it clocked, to go first character 375, 74, 73 on down. So, but that's rare that I get to set it because I need the pieces of that team more than I need that team most of the time.
That would shut down some bad bats. If your opponent has like a 370 Echo, you're like, well, we could try
That's
to.
exactly the idea. If I see that I have a spreadsheet where I write down like key characters and I check the opponent's speeds, fill that in, and then sort on the spreadsheet, speed down.
Mhm.
And then it just stands out to me. Oh man, you got a slow Echo. We're in business for that. I'll be thinking about it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I do the same. Certain characters, Mara, Echo, not so much Moff Gideon or Cat anymore. They just are what they are. Dash is one. A Death Trooper is actually one because if you're going against like a 280, 290 Death Trooper with Versio, you're gonna have a real hard time getting out in front of that guy.
Yes.
With the extra speed
Yeah.
and the vulnerable on your team, it's gonna be really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Hitting
Queel,
your clock. Oh,
yeah. So
we got somebody here in the chat. Chubella, Inquisitors sound like an Omicron worth investing in for TW if they can take out a GL like the devs suggested. Yeah, certainly. That's mainly the reason to put an Omicron on, like obviously a non-GL team, to fight another GL, give you another option. But that would be amazing.
well, they said in their post right. There's going to be 5, and we
Five,
have
right?
3.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
I would encourage anybody that is considering doing it, wait until at least the free to play 5 come out and see what develops, right? Because you don't know. You might not even need the Omicron. Maybe you need all the Omicrons. Maybe Grand Inquisitor has like this Omicron ability that ties all the other Omicrons together. You never know
Right.
where they're
Or
going with
what
this.
I was thinking, it could possibly be you got 5 of them, right? And then there's a few. I think they all have a leadership, right?
Thus far,
Um,
yeah.
so let's assume that it goes out that way. You'll have all these different options for mixing and matching them under different leads for different conditions. What if Grand Inquisitor can fit in any of those teams, but maybe his Omicron was actually GAC? I don't know.
Could. And that would be cool, right? That would actually be a really cool premise.
It
Kind of
would.
like a cam, kind of like an Empire cam, right? Like he
Yeah.
fits on any team. Probably he fits on
Yeah.
any Jedi team, but fits the best with Galactic Republic Jedi. So he,
Right.
maybe the Grand Inquisitor could be a all around Empire, but then is really really good with the Inquisitors.
There. That's a
Um,
good one. I would love to see that.
yeah, and
Wow.
that's another thing. Like maybe, and like you said, each of them has a lead. If the 4th and 5th come out, maybe each of those leads is designed to beat a particular GL. You never know, right? So
Yeah.
you don't want to put any of those on. Like maybe your guild has great answers for 3 of the Galactic Legends, but struggle versus the other 3. You'll want to see what you can do against the other 3. So I don't know. They're
Mm.
gonna be exciting. They look really good together individually. Not so much
Yeah.
thus
I agree.
far, but yeah,
Yeah, I'm doing the
2000.
needful with them. I up to this point have not done any of the legacy like events. Missed out on all those Omicron mats. I'm trying not to miss out on those anymore. So I did it for this character for the first time, and yeah, I'm gonna try and keep pace with it because I am dreadfully short Omicrons. When I'm streaming this last week, like everybody, it's like I have 6, they have 12, 14. I'm like, okay, this is good. They have all these other options, right? And I'm still having to like set down like a Dooku lead team if I'm trying to, play close to the edges. So
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, I think the tank, the big tank, I think she's got a lot of use. I think she's
Yeah, let's
useful.
pull her up. Let's pull up Ninth Sister.
Because she can fit on your Star Killer team if you need an unaligned Force user. She can fit on your LV team. I fought one today. I
Yeah.
was terrified of Ninth Sister plus Moff, so I just bailed on the Bounty Hunters and used Kylo and the Night Sisters against it. Right,
So
so
wait, what was the composition?
it was LV, Ninth Sister, Royal Guard, Moff Gideon, and who was the fifth? Oh, Maul.
And Maul. Wow.
Yeah, so I didn't really. A, I'm not super savvy on what Night Sister does, and then B, Moff Gideon just kind of put the demoralized down. I didn't want to mess with it with my bounty hunters. So
I respect the choice. Actually, let me think about that here for a sec. So she would get big. Crit avoidance would slow down your contract. Empire allies gain crit avoidance. So yeah, I mean, so each time another Empire ally is damaged by a critical hit, oh yeah, man, that would be bad news for bounty hunters. So
because I think you can crit LV right away, but not right. Can't you
right,
crit him
as
initially?
long as
Yeah.
his team, he and his team, the members of his team are over 80% health, they can be critically hit. Yeah, but this is something else. That's bad news.
Unfortunately, on AI, I don't think. And maybe if you put him with LV, it's not the end of the world. It's actually probably preferred, but I don't think the AI uses the taunt mechanic first. I think it uses the other move.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
Which is unfortunate for your star killers for any sort of maybe you don't have star killer, maybe for your EP Mara team, so it's I don't know. I don't know. She's depth. She's a good depth piece for sure.
Yeah, no,
Especially with
I
Versio.
agree. She's going to be incredible. Sorry for the clickety clack, guys. Infinim just rated us with 10 folks. Good afternoon. Good to have you guys. Welcome to Tass Talk. We've got good old Maurice with us. And yeah, we're just talking about some of the things going on in GAC, what we're working on, things that we're encountering. So the question I was actually just about to bring over to Gam was: is there any team that's so I know I asked you already about like anything unusual that you're seeing, but any of the usual suspects that have tripped you up unexpectedly? I guess you could say that some of those moddings fit into that, but outside of the modding, like teams themselves, a placement, a trap, something like that. Is there anything else that's been kind of interesting from an opponent or that you've pulled?
I'm having a little difficult time while maintaining because I like to play a stronger defense. So keeping my defense pretty stout is number one. So I'm struggling a little bit with the like if somebody puts like CLS, Versio, Mon Mothma, and none of these teams are insurmountable, but the combination of certain teams has been drawing me real thin. Versio has been. We could beat her, but she's very disruptive, and because she takes such a good team, and like you only have one Treya, you only have. I've had to keep DR a couple times on offense just because I didn't have an answer for the combinations of those teams. You only got one Grievous, but you're talking about keeping Grievous, you're talking about keeping DR, and then all of a sudden your defense is going to get one shot, and it doesn't matter because all those teams are miserable banners offensively that I'm using. So it's
true.
like,
Yeah.
it's a hard. It's I'm struggling a little bit with, and that's why I'd like Dash. Because again, my Dash team hasn't fooled anybody, even with Han and Chewie on it, in a long
Okay.
time. So.
Wow. Yeah, I think it's just like one of the things that I'm doing fairly reliably, and I'll mix it up here and there depending on the opponent. But if we're talking on paper, having like 3 or 4 speed check teams up top. So that's why, like, ideally, I would have my dash another 10 faster. Like 371 would be almost insurmountable by anything.
Mm-hmm.
That isn't just an overwhelming counter that doesn't compete in terms of speed. So yeah, I know. Next item though, let's talk about Wampa in particular. So I know you're thinking about. You have a few options for your next Omicron, and you're still weighing it out. You're biding your time, But in the case of Wampa, there's a pretty uniform agreement about the modding, health sets, health primaries. But the great debate right now is about the cross. I think most people are saying health, and I think people that have placed the Omicron and run that against Iden teams and then got shut down on the first turn. Um, I've actually had a guildmate that ran that in GAC and didn't get to take a turn, and he had the full health, right? And of course, he's stacking all this tenacity each time he's taking damage, but that didn't help you on the first hit. So I'm thinking that the cross really needs to be a tenacity primary, still health set type, just to cover you for those first couple hits. What a terrible way to die for want of tenacity on this character right now, right?
Well, and honestly, that's why I'm not like super excited about the Wampa Omicron. Because if I put an Omicron on a character, especially if I want to specifically beat Versio, like if that's one of the deciding factors, like yes, I want this Omicron because, like I said, I'm struggling with Versio. If there's some situation where he's not going to stand a chance, I don't know if I can invest in that Omicron. Like let's say I bring it in there, I've got him modded up to the nines, and he gets stunned the first turn and dies. I'm just throwing an Omicron away.
Well, hear me out. I think that if you can get together 80% tenacity from your cross and your secondaries, you should be fine, right? Because you're at 180% tenacity at the round start. You're up there with the best tenacity characters. Maybe you can push it higher on some people, but you're probably safe right there. Now, it would take the cross for you to do that, but I think that's the sweet spot. If you can get yourself up to 80%, then you should be fine.
Could be. I don't know.
Because
I don't have it.
He's in a health rate, or she's in I know it's a she. I learned that recently. But look at this, like a native 50% tenacity. Yeah, it's not going to be hard with a cross to put yourself up to 80. And
it's just, but the Versio aside, the Omicron is more appealing to me because, like today, I left 2 GL standing. Like it's appealing to me because I'm typically using my troopers. I've taken a lot of speed off my troopers and just kind of they're essentially assigned to cleanup duty is what they are, just like really bad DR teams.
Yeah,
I don't have much use for troopers right now. I'm starting to get back into the top 100, and I don't want to have the pissing contest between DR and Piet. I don't want to play that game just because because you can put all your best speed. You can have your very best speed in Piet, have a 363 speed, and then somebody has 1 speed faster than you. It's all rendered worthless.
Yeah,
right. So it's just like I don't want to play that game anymore. So.
Speed checking's tough business, and they say that if you before you're matched up for your week or for your round, you can for the week you can scout the 7 people above you in the ranks and the 7 people below you. And I've had some people show up in my brackets that weren't any of those people. And then so the point there is you're trying to see if you need to remod anybody to make your speed traps work, and there you go. You don't get to be accurate sometimes.
Yeah, I just don't have time for that. I don't have time to scout 20 speculate on which of these 25 characters. I would love to because it helped tremendously. And if it, like you said, if it was accurate, like if I could look at the screen and know that I'm 100% fighting 7 people, that'd be a little different. But all it takes, maybe a couple people didn't sign up in the top 250, top 100. That happened to me last time. That's 5 of the people I thought I was going to fight, and then 2 of the ones that I shouldn't have fought. And I'm assuming it's because 2 people didn't sign up in the top 250.
Right.
I'm guessing. Which should come to an end with these changes in the hopefully to the Grand Arena sign-up screen. Hopefully that will eliminate people missing it.
What's the change to the sign-up screen?
They're basically doing it like TW now, and you can set basically you can make a squad loadout, and it will be but it's in the game mode, and you can. I'm trying to think of the best way. You basically just set a loadout where like if you don't deploy, it will auto deploy the defenses.
Oh wow! Oh, I didn't know about that.
Or you could just like hope. From my understanding, from reading the post, you click a button and it auto deploys your standard every time. So there won't be like auto sets with all 6-year GLs with nonsense on the board.
And if you wanted to change it, you could just load that in and then change
Mhm.
the teams on the board.
Yeah. And there's been times where, it gets to be a little later in the day, maybe 2 or 3 hours before sign up. I'm at work, a little tied up. And I keep, I'll do it in a minute. And all of a sudden it's 4:30, 30 minutes before lock. And I end up just putting the same defense down anyway, just
Yep.
because I have to. So
Yep.
it's, it'd be nice to have like a preset defense, just kind of maybe a little lighter on defense. So I can be prepared for all of the things offensively, but at least something that's not all about GLs like with junk.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Fun. Yeah. Oh, hey, Zareth. How you doing? Good afternoon to you. And he's saying, gone back in the top 100 will be nice. We can swap out for a bit. You having a rough week, man? What's going on? I'm 1-1. I just lost my round here against an 11 million GP Paw Patrol opponent. So it's just comically sized teams.
Was it Taro?
No, it was Lord Wolf.
I had one last week. Unfortunately, I lost my second match. I would love to fight him or her.
Yeah.
Taking an ass whooping, but I learned a lot more. Like when I was up fighting Pimpo and all these other guys, Dr. Payton, Aesop Rock. Like I'm fighting all these guys. I was getting destroyed, but I was learning so much on what to do and what not to do. so lots of stuff.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, Zareth, you lost to a Paw Patrol guy too. What did you lose to? Because I lost to an unexpected JMK in the back. Like the OmegaBot history showed, he set JMK twice in the last 18 matches, and I didn't expect it, and it was there, and then we had problems. Hey, DJ Twerking, Yeller, you said? I have no idea.
DJ Twerking. What's up, man? What's up, Zareth?
All right. Anyway, I'm thinking that that's going to be the way to go. And before, without further ado, I think I'm getting ready to set this girl up here. But, because I've been waiting to put on the Relic 8 for something. I might have done it on stream last night, but I ended up doing it here, and I'm happy for that. Wow, we have this one just open out here. Look at that. Looky there. That's a good one. All right, so 92k. This is still Relic 7. What are we doing? This is crit damage. That's wrong. It should be health.
No, that mod you just placed, that's not some mod for a character that you took off for TW, is it? This is how it happens to me. Like
you're probably onto something there. I might want to revert, and because I just switched back into my GAC set, and when I save my set for GAC, I just use all characters, and I did have to clean out mods after that to load my TW template. So I deleted 25 mods that were technically in the loadout, but they obviously weren't like especially valuable ones. But that's a good point. All right, we'll do a quick sweep of the eye. Nobody important without mods so far.
That's what happens to me, man. I'll remod a character. It's just even just the slightest little change, and all of a sudden, it's just a ring around the rosy. You're finding this mod, like, oh shit, this mod was supposed to be on Queel.
Yeah.
You move it, and then all of a sudden, it's like, well, where's this mod go?
Yeah, putting like 30 minutes of work into a team and then realizing that you have to reverse it all. Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
Okay, Ray. Zareth says, I just don't have experience doing the Ray Mirror versus Ray Cat, and you timed out. You needed another minute. Yeah, that's... I don't typically do that either, and most of my memory doing it is in 3 vs 3, and it's a sweaty fight in 3 vs 3 too. It's a long one. All right, so we stole one from Embo. Embo will need a replacement, but I don't really use Embo. Cody, that's fine. We'll get him fixed up. All right, yeah, that's a good one for me to replace. All right, yes. Okay, so we do have some characters that need modding, but none of them more important than Wampa. So I consider that permission.
What about Tebow?
What about Tebow? God, I'm gonna work on that team. It's not coming soon, but it'll get done. It'll get done. I don't know about you. It's just another speed check, and the teams that I'm fighting, people are setting it on defense against me, man, with like 260 speed Paplu. Like it's like you're not You're not scaring nothing. You know?
Yeah. I don't think I've encountered any. I've never encountered an Omicron Ewok team on defense.
Oh yeah.
Not one time.
Maybe I'm just lucky that way. Not unassigned. We'll get the tenacity. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna stick this. I'm gonna steal this from you. Let's go and pick up a health primary, guys. Let's go shopping. Ideally, it would have some tenacity. Sort by tenacity, I guess, is what I would want to go by here. This one is... Actually, that's incredible, right? Not much in the way of speed, but... Ho! 7% tenacity on 3 rolls, 7.6% defense, but the percent defense is weakened by the fact that we're not stacking defense on this guy. The crit chance, I guess, is nice. A little flat here is good, but I need that to stay on crew. You know what? I think I'll just save this where it is. I'm going to pick this one up, and I'll come back and work on the cross later. I don't want to take up too much time, and I want to go ahead and assign the Relic 8 and the Omicron, and then we move on. It was this one, right? There was a very healthy mod right here. There it is.
I'll be watching it. That's what I said in my stream the other night. Like, I'm not interested in putting it on right now, but I could be easily swayed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've already seen the footage that sold me.
Yeah.
Man. I've been seeing people taking on, like, the Relic 8, Omicron Idens. I mean, 68ing that. What more could you ask for? All right, Here we go. Omicron first. The cornered beast is with us. Rise. All right, let's see what the health is, even before we get that health primary on. Okay. The Goddess Awakens. 96k without the... Wow. That would be amazing. Wow. Wouldn't it be cool if I could actually make that work? If it was... let's see. We could do... Yeah, no, that's... Yeah, if we could have a crit damage that had a whole bunch of percent health on it, that would be bonkers. But that's still probably not the smartest move. Yeah, it'll be better to do the health, guys. But no particular amount of speed's needed. She is massive, and she's nearly ready for next week. I just got to take care of this triangle. All right. Next thing. Belor. Yeah, you said to do it day 1, and I told you, and I told you were crazy. I said I didn't think it was needed, and I saw footage that convinced me otherwise. So you indeed were proven right. I was absolutely wrong about that, and here I am doing it now. So credit given where credit's due, Belor. Fair enough. Let's see. Now, as far as the game's going right now, what do you think about the general state of the game in terms of mechanics? Is there a mechanic that you would like to see added, removed, modified? Is there something that the game hasn't really ventured into that you've gotten out of other games that you'd still like to see?
I do think the new Grand Arena system is... I love it, but I do think long-term wise, I think the new format's good. I don't miss Squad Arena at all, so that's don't miss that at all. I don't know. It'd be nice though, because we got the Grand Arena. That's time consuming. We got TW. I know for the vast majority of people, it's not quite as serious as it is maybe for my guild and your guild, but that's time consuming. So you got TB. It's time consuming. It'd be nice. Like it would be nice once you max star like Geonosian Dark Side territory battle. If you had the option to maybe sim some battles. Like just sim some combat missions on P1 and P2.
Yeah.
You only need 35 members of your guild to do it anyway to get the max banners or max stars. That would be nice. Give the officers a little break. Everyone obviously would have to do their special missions.
Yeah, that would be a great quality of life thing, though. Yeah, it could be something where they could set it up that after your guild beats this, or achieves this level of stars 5 times, then it could be simmed going forward. Something like that.
I'm not currently an officer. I've been an officer before, but it was years ago when the game was far less just time intensive. I can't even imagine trying to coordinate TB.
Yeah. This started as a toilet game, right? This was a toilet game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now here we are streaming. I'm not streaming from the toilet, I'll tell you that.
I may be. Got a green
It's like
screen in my bathroom.
not technically a toilet, but I do have a cutout in the bottom of my chair.
Mm.
Don't mind the sounds, but all right. Let's see. What was the next? So well, all right. So that's fair in terms of modes. I guess I should have been more specific. What I mean is like actual game mechanics in combat. You know what I'm saying? Like, are there any combat mechanics that you think this game hasn't yet explored, or something needs to be seriously retuned? Something like that. You have any aspirations of what you want to see out of the game, like play wise,
Oh, I mean, if I'm just
in
like
combat mechanics?
some form of like, because we have lots of characters that
Yeah.
switch stances, switch forms.
Hmm.
Um, maybe somebody like Zam Wessel with some sort of like shape shift mechanic where you turn into like a different character would be cool.
Hmm.
Or maybe just have some fluid animation, like something maybe not icon related, but like if CLS switches a stance, you could look at them without the icon because we have 50 icons on top of the characters.
Yeah.
Like we need to start eliminating some of the icons.
Okay.
Um,
That's fair. It's a fair
I don't know how
quality
you
of
would do
life.
it. Yeah, I just mechanic wise, I'm content with everything. They're slowly starting to tone down um, ships. Like Executors slowly becoming a little more beatable with some of these new
Yeah.
releases. The first order one exclusively. I'm not sure if that's working as intended or not, but there's stuff they're making things easier.
Hmm.
And mechanic wise, I'm not really sure if there's something that's missing. What about you? What is there something that you'd like to see?
Um, I mean, as far as something new, not really. I mean, I could think of a couple things, but what I would really like is some of these other, characters that are kind of difficult to place in a combat scenario. Make more non-combatant, like, led teams, or have some condition in, maybe they have like a mini ultimate or something where they join the battle at some point, or not. You could just have them be like a Mon Mothma in that style. But I'm talking like. What's her name? The Trandoshan lady that ran the underground bar in Clone Wars.
Hmm.
Jabba the Hutt. All these things. I mean, I know they'd have real problems with Jabba the Hutt getting him on screen and everything. I'm not sure how to do that. Maybe you set him like a summoned unit at the far end of the screen in the sixth slot and turn him to the side so that he's running like between you and the enemy team. Something like that. I mean,
Hmm.
you can make him to scale, but more teams that are using some of these other untapped characters, because I want to see some of the other big names enter the game that we haven't seen. I know they have a schedule. I'm sure they've got months planned out yet for what they want to put out, but that's what I'd like to see is like some more of these lesser known characters that were actually cool get their time in the sun. Like she could be that Trandoshan lady. She could be like another leader for the Bad Batch or a member of the team or something like that. Like because they're not the Bad Batch, doing Bad Batch stuff all the time. Sometimes they're doing mercenary work. You know.
Yeah, the problem with some of these older characters, like your Aylas, your Jedi Knight Guardians, your
Yeah.
even Mace. Maybe not now, but yeah, their stats are a little bit inferior to the newer characters. So
Hmm.
just some sort of, just not even mechanic, just kind of. I know it'd be impossible, but just kind of give them a stat boost, and that's what they've tried to do with all these cams and Mon Mothmas and all these passive increases the stats. But it's still at the end of the day, the old characters aren't as good as the new ones in terms of stats. So you end up using the new characters with characters like Mon Mothma and Cam
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah, that's
that
absolutely fair.
a
Yeah.
Resistance Trooper with 20% more offense, like base, becomes
A force.
yeah, a boss. Yeah, so
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I know that guy can hit pretty hard. All right. Well, you know what? I know that we got to keep the schedule a little tighter today. So we'll run, pretty much the full 2 hours. Are you ready to start getting into Teamfight Tactics?
I am trying. Yes, I'm trying to get it on my emulator here. I don't know the best
Oh, no, no, no.
method
You don't
for it.
do it through an emulator, dude. You download League of Legends and then you play it through that.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, Teamfight Tactics is a game offered by League of Legends and you play it
yes,
through that
yes.
client. So,
Okay.
it'll be fun. Okay, so yeah, you'll have to get it installed and everything. Yeah, I'm
I can
glad
do
we're
it on my
talking
phone
about it.
then. Yeah,
Huh?
I can do League of Legends on my phone.
You can do
No,
Teamfight Tactics on your phone. Yeah,
that's what I'm
absolutely.
saying. I've got League of Legends. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have Wild Rift there. Yeah, I know a lot of people that play that. I don't play it myself because when I'm playing like regular League, I'll do it from the computer and have the
Hmm.
full fat experience, so to speak. But
Okay.
anyways, guys, yeah, we're I'm pretty much wrapping up like the interview section of the show. So this is great time for Q&A. Hit the chat with all your questions for Gom, anything you want to pick his brain about, my brain about. We're gonna kind of just BS from here while we're playing Teamfight Tactics, which is kind of an auto chess game. There's a couple different ways we can play it. I'll leave the option up to Gom, but essentially what it's going to be is it's 8 players, free for all. That's the normal mode. So you would be up against me, but only in the sense that every round you're having a different opponent, and sometimes that will be me.
It's a MOBA, yeah.
Well, League of Legends is a MOBA, but Teamfight Tactics is a legit, like, completely different game using League of Legends assets and everything, but it's a completely different game. Like, it is literally an auto chess. And you'll see how that works. It's I know you're a busy guy. I wish I would have pushed on you to do the tutorial before the stream because you'd have a little bit better idea of the basics. But I can still cover that for you. We'll see we'll see how it goes once you get yourself installed. But let's see here. I'm sure I can drum up a couple other interesting questions if I but stare at my roster a moment. You know what? Star Killer. There's a couple different ways to mod him. I'm so taxed for offense, and I ended up going with the health route. So I went really big on health, right?
Hmm.
115,000 health, 297 speed, 9,100 damage. I know that this is just fine for going against Ray and stuff like that. But I wonder how well this modding is optimized for impeding GG because I used GG8 last night against this guy's, Star Killer team, and granted, this is Lord Wolf's and it's a huge account and everything's maxed, but my stuff's pretty maxed too for what I was using, and we got absolutely blown out. So we had bad stun get in on us. We had the AOE come in from Starkiller, and it was massive. We lost 2 of our droids in the same hit. So my Grievous only got the 1 bonus turn, and the fight ran away from me from there. So the question to you, Gum, is what are your thoughts at the current at the present moment? Because I just unlocked Starkiller last week, so he's a new shiny toy for me. But do you think that there's more? Do you think there's merit more for the offense or for the health, or is it different circumstances? Is there a better default modding to sit on? What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm doing offense set, health set, primarily offense oriented. Um,
Is that by preference or just because of modding restriction or what?
yeah, that's more of this is what I had.
Okay.
I like the offense though because the majority of the damage, sure, the ship's cool, and you do way more damage with the ship, and health is probably going to help you to push the final blow on a GL, right? So
Yeah.
health is good in that regard, but I ended up killing most of the characters with my assisting and attacking out of turn, and Star Killer's just laying the wood on people.
Yeah.
And then sure, I might have to pick apart Ray, maybe get down Kyle a little bit more before I drop the ship, but
Hmm.
so far I don't think I've lost with it offensively.
Yeah.
I've had a bunch of miserable banner matches, like really really poor banners, just simply like today. I had a chance to get 65 against Ray, but accidentally killed the team 1 turn before Star Killer could drop the ship. Right, so
So
Kylo's dicey. If you don't have Darth Vader or Kenobi, Kylo could be a little dicey with Star Killer.
yeah.
I'm not sure what would be health actually probably be better suited for Kylo, to be honest.
I think in general GLs, but I think in the specific context of impeding GG, I think that offense is probably the better way to go. What is because you're doing all this other damage first, right? I think you need
Hmm.
that. Everything
Hmm.
you're saying kind of underscores that for me. But what's the offense that you have, and what's your health at?
I have it right up. Offense. He probably has third or fourth best offense set. Let me have a look here.
Yeah, take your time.
Because much like you said, I'm kind of struggling with offense sets as well, especially
Yeah.
offense sets with offense percentage of secondaries.
Yeah.
I got like Dark Trooper, I got Cam, I got all these other characters that really need it. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah,
He's got.
the set is, as far as like a health set goes, is
Mhm.
screaming like
So you don't have. I don't have much more than you do. Would you, 97, 34, and about 72,000 health. With
72. Okay.
yeah, so yours is probably way healthier than mine.
Yeah, mine's 115 right now.
Yeah, I got offense, cross, crit
Yeah.
damage, triangle, and speed arrow. I could probably use something different. I'm just completely out of it. Like 15 plus speed offense and health arrows.
Should it be a crit damage triangle, guys? I don't know. I thought it should have been health, but maybe I have too much health. Maybe it should be a crit damage. Maybe.
No, I don't think there's. That's what I'm saying. Like I put my Star Killer, like it does so much damage leading up to the ship.
Yeah.
You're probably right. I should probably switch to a health. That's probably a better play there.
Oh, it should be a health because I was thinking. I've definitely had it. I've used it twice now, right? Once on offense, once on defense, and the one time I put it on defense, it got a hold. So I'm sure it can be effective as it is, but you know how it is. We're always trying to optimize, and then I can justify moving this mod to someone else.
Yeah.
Before we go further down that road, got to take a question from the chat. Plasma with a bunch of numbers after your name. Okay, here's one for you guys. I'm working on getting Slacker, Kylo now. Yeah, Supreme Leader. And I'm thinking about getting Red Trooper and Foss to Relic 7. Should I do that now or later? You can't my take is you can't unspend it. You can always put it on later. Take them to the requirements, and then if you're finding yourself in situations where at your level of play you're wishing you had more health, are people easily clearing your slacker team with JKR, JKL, and it's because you have a fragile Red Trooper, then yeah, sink some relics into them. But Faust, mine's performed just fine at Relic 5. What's your take, Gum?
Foss is R5 for me too. I actually was fiddling with the League of Legends game. I missed the question. I'm a terrible person. Sorry. Sorry, I'm a terrible guy.
No, it's okay, man. This is a casual stream, right? So this is and the reason I like to do this, everybody, just playing like a different game, it just shakes things up. It's taking people out of their element. Plus, some of these games, a lot of my guests end up following and liking to play. So I catch up with these people when we play it on the side. Like Rambam likes to hit me up to play tower defenses on StarCraft 2 now. That stuff's fun, man. And all the stuff that I like to bring you guys in on is free, so you wouldn't have to shell out.
Yeah. The problem with StarCraft is I don't think I don't think I have enough storage space on my computer to handle it right now. Like
That's possible. I don't know what the system requirements are for it off the top of my head, but if you're running close to the limit, so I respect that.
Yeah, it's close because I need to get rid of Valheim. I just can't stop playing it. So.
Oh yeah, having fun though.
Oh yeah, I love that game.
Awesome. Man, I really wish I could make that an offense primary on this one.
But I think you might be right there. I'm not sure what would be better, offense or health, but I think crit damage. I don't know.
Crit damage for certain if you're going the offense route, but if you're going health, I don't know because I haven't the benefit of seeing. Actually, you know what? I think I might be able to do something about that. Hold on, guys. My opponent from the other day, I think. No, from last week. Okay, I didn't have it. Never mind. Yeah, I didn't have Starkiller last week. I had an opponent from last week comment on my YouTube video with the link to his playthrough on my defense. And yeah, I don't have Starkiller there, so. Percent offense wise, yeah, I'm very poor on it. Yeah, this is the highest one, and it's only 16 speed. I like having him close to 300 in a health set. That feels good. Feels like a good place.
Yeah, I think mine's 288. I think mine's a little slower.
Yeah, this was the best balance I could pull off, but I mean, we definitely have some robust percent offenses here.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure what the best modding strategy is for him. I kind of slapped a set on him and just kind of have let it ride. Yeah. I haven't really done anything spicy with him.
Well, I'm sure you know. I mean, I'm pretty obsessed with the optimization of mods.
Oh, so am I. Just he's just one like the team's worked. I haven't really failed with it
Absolutely.
yet. I could definitely optimize a little more. But I think defensively, health would probably be better because,
Yeah.
like you said, if you got a hold with against GG, I stopped placing him on a defense because it was getting beat by CLS, but getting beat by GG. I'm like,
Hmm.
well, this team can beat GLs, and it's getting beat by CLS on defense. I guess I don't care if I'm going to keep Star Killer. There's not even I don't really even think there's much of a shock that I'm going to keep it now. I've kept it so many times in a row. Maybe
Yeah.
if my opponent doesn't have Star Killer, which is few and far between now,
Yeah.
um, then maybe I'll place it. But
Well,
uh,
I encourage you to try it. I mean, especially just for the sake of just shaking up the scout, on your opponent.
yeah,
Um, and
I
but
could
yeah, I
use.
agree. Health's probably a better way to go for if you're like routinely only going to use him for defense. But
Mhm.
I don't know, man. That offense one blew me out last night. So I'm not going to sit here and talk shit like health is the end all be all for that.
Well, and plus it helps. Like my Mara is like 380, so like in the event I ever have to mirror it, I win. Right? So
Yeah.
like Mara is one of like you were mentioning how fast your dash is. Mara's one of the characters. Mara Echo
Yeah.
are the characters I go all in on speed. They got my two best speed set. They're about 380 apiece. Um, that way,
Whoa.
yeah, that way that's
Monstrous.
yeah. So that's it. But that's also why I can't have a 350 plus Queel, a 350 plus dash. So
Yeah, but you're punching up with modding like that, right? That's the intent.
yeah. So
So,
we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been. It's not like I've been exactly on fire the last month and a half in Grand Arena. So just trying to shake it up, see if I'm doing. If I can cheese my way through some teams.
you're
Basically,
winning
just
more than you're losing though, right?
yeah. That's at the end of the day.
Yeah.
As long as you're meeting or exceeding your old crystal income, you're a winner.
Right. I
Um,
think I think the math is you can go 1 and 2 every week, and it was like equal to your maximum income, like from the old system for a month, like taken as a month.
yeah, I'm too competitive for that, man. I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah. I'm just saying, like in terms of bare maintenance, it's pretty
Yeah.
forgiving crystal wise that you could
Mhm.
lose that way. I'm not sitting here trying to lose either, man.
Yeah. No.
I
Yeah.
mean, we're all about it, and that I to ping off what you said at the start of the show here. I love that the matchmaking has made every match sweaty. Like they've really got it. Call it skill based, call it whatever you want, but however they're doing it. Yes, I'm fighting accounts that are bigger than mine, sometimes smaller than mine, but I was doing that before too. And now every opponent I'm facing is very serious. Like I don't get any freebie matches against dum dums.
Well, and that's what makes it. And I've got about 9.2 million accounts. So the vast majority of people I fight in the top 100 are going to have larger, deeper accounts than me. But that's what makes it challenging, right? It's not an excuse. I just have to figure out better ways to utilize my roster. It's like I started out 9-0 and this format changed. I went all the way to the top, and I got there, and I'm fighting the kings of the castle, the best players in the game, and
Yeah.
my roster just simply wasn't ready for it. I didn't have the right modding strategy. I didn't have certain team comps. I didn't have Sith Triumvirate Relict, so there's like certain things I was missing. I learned valuable lessons, kind of hang out down here where I'm at, make changes, progressively start to climb back up, try again. Um,
You got anything you want to share about some of the moves you had to make when you got up into the top 100? Some of the big changes you had to undertake.
Sith Triumvirate. As soon as I went 9-0, and then I went 1-2, I very easily could have went 0-3 that last week, and it just
Ooh.
the amount of teams, the Dashes, the Versios, the Mon Mothmas, all the teams you need Treya
Yeah.
for in the Triumvirate. If they're really decked out, you got a chance against LV. I didn't have them. I was the R3 Nihilus is fine boat. Like, oh, you don't need him the relic. You don't need these guys relic. Yeah, you do, 100%.
Yep. You hear that, Dagger? I know that you rebel against the relics on the triumvirate, but you've heard it. You've heard it twice now. So there you
Well, you
go.
can rebel all you want. You're not gonna beat shit with it.
That's right.
So you can rebel. And like, yes, I'm not putting relics on my Nihilus, and Nihilus gets one shot by Versio on the first turn. You're like, oh well, maybe
I
our
can hear him right now. Oh, if
Oh, I
either
know.
one of you guys want to give me your credit card, then I'll do exactly that.
Yeah.
All right,
I
well,
didn't buy any relics, so it just took me like 3 weeks, but I got them. I
mhm.
got them now. Scion, I think Scion is probably the most important because again, you can pull Scion off for other Sith teams. You can pull Scion off for Star Killer or whatever. If you want to make some crafty sort of Star Killer team, um, I think Scion's
How
probably
are
the
you
most
modding your
important.
Scion? Like in particular the arrow.
Crit avoided still.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, you're still keeping that. That's what I'm rocking too. I think that's a great one.
Yeah, just there. You can make a case where maybe health is better against some teams, but just I don't know. I've kind of they're modded. I just don't really feel like tinkering with them. And then that's what happens. You tinker a little bit, and then you tinker a little bit. Next thing you know, it's 4.5 hours later, and you've like increased, nothing. Like it's essentially the same character, and you're just like, damn it. But
Absolutely. How's the install coming along, man?
I'm sitting here. I got my. Am I playing the right game? Jinx.
If you're doing the tutorial, I don't know,
Yeah.
probably. No, wait, if you're playing League of Legends, then no. Like that, like if you're fighting with an actual character, then no, you should back out of that because you should be. If you are going to play a tutorial before we start, which I'm not opposed to, um, you could even stream it and put it on in the background, and I would put it up if you wanted it, whatever. But like, I think that would be a good idea if you were going to do anything tutorial wise, is to learn the basic mechanics before we get into a game. Because
Um.
I could explain it to you as we go, but then you're at the disadvantage of opportunities missed, which is not
uh,
something that really works out well for you in a strategy game like that. By the way, thank you for the follow, Rogue613. Appreciate you. Hope y'all are enjoying. Give me more questions. Hey, Hotbot Man, you're here. Megaliteros, not Hotbot, OmegaBot. Oh, shame on me. I'm so sorry.
Tisk
Oh,
tisk.
shame on me. All right. We were talking about something here, Gum, earlier, and I was thinking, man, I wish he was here because this is the kind of suggestion he would love to hear. You were wishing something. Oh, I wish I wrote it down. Did I write it down? I sometimes do. There was something
Shape shifting characters. I don't know. I just
it, um it was something that you wish you could get like information wise out of your opponent, and it was something that I know that could be technically done in that OmegaBot report, which is just amazing. But biddies for titties, Kylo? I don't think so, man. You don't want to see my pepperoni nips. Nobody wants any of that, man. Yeah.
okay,
It's
man. Well, let me.
it's
If I'm not supposed
DiGiorno.
to be playing this legal, I thought you said I need to open Wild Rift.
No, I said don't play Wild Rift. Wild Rift
Oh,
is a separate game. It's literally the game name is Teamfight Tactics. Oh, this is gonna be good. We'll play. We'll have time to get in a game. Definitely a game. Not two this
uh,
time. But yeah, you know what, Megaliteros, if I remember what that was that Gon was talking about, I'll pass that on to you because I know you're always looking to improve the Omega Bot, and that was a good idea. Damn it! Why can't I remember, Gum? I mean, I know why I can't
I,
remember.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't. I don't.
Let's see here. Yeah, and Dagger responded to you. He said that's exactly. He had the same experience as you, where he was so far behind initially when he got up into higher higher level opponents. Nihilist at R3 is fine and beats every team he sees. So eat shit, he says. Fantastic. A It should be in the stream somewhere, right? Yeah, that's right, Megalitos. We do have the technology to review VODs, so I can do that after the stream. I will absolutely go back and get back to you on it for sure, man. Um, let's see though. What was I doing? So, are you playing? Are you choosing to play this off your phone or off the
I'm
computer?
trying to do it on the damn emulator, and it's not. All it's showing to
Okay,
me is
okay, dude. Um,
it. I can't. It won't let me download it from the browser base because it's asking me what. like what format? And it's like Samsung phones and
No. I'm saying literally like go open up like a Google prompt, like your normal web browser, and go download League of Legends, and you're downloading a separate client, and it installs like in a heartbeat. It's not a big game, I think, but you can check and see when you run the install and see if it's large, because that's why I was cool with like waiting for you to install, because I know it doesn't take long to get done. But then you play Teamfight Tactics through that, like it's a menu to go to it. It's like you press
oh,
like
it's
two buttons.
like Epic Games or Blizzard. Like a
Something like that, except instead of it being like a desktop client that you launch games from, like you're actually launching League of Legends, and Teamfight Tactics is a special mode within it. Like you know how you have like in a MOBA you'll have all random, all middle, stuff like that. You have that in League of Legends. That's a special mode in addition to the main regular game, which is called Summoner's Rift. That's the name of the regular main
yeah.
match. So when you go to like hit the play button, you have the option between Summoner's Rift, ARAM, and then Teamfight Tactics, and you pick that one, and we go.
Yeah,
So
I
don't try
got
and
you,
do
but
it through
like
an emulator. Like do it like from Google or whatever.
yeah. And like that's what I thought. And you were like Wild Rift. I was like, oh, I got that. And then I opened up Wild Rift, and then it just like started updating because I haven't played it in months, right? So it's like, oh, it
Yeah, you
just
know,
sat there.
Dagger, DeKalb. We've got a whole bunch of Deadpool Kyle, whole bunch of people that play both Teamfight Tactics and Wild Rift. So let me give you, since I know that you like it, I'll make sure to give you those roles on my server. I'll make the note of that. We'll definitely do that. Is it going to be an issue for you to install it?
I don't think so. No,
Okay, size wise, yeah, I was concerned.
no, it should be fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
man.
207 megabytes. It shouldn't take long. Okay.
So,
Sorry, man. I was trying to download and get set up the wrong game the whole time.
uh, yeah, it. You're not the first person to actually got tripped up by that, so it's all right, man. It is completely cool. I don't want to sort these by rarity. I should sort them by speed. While we're doing this, I'm just shopping around, looking at the triangles on Wampa right now. Man, that one is really good. That one is pretty damn good. Tenacity's nice. Well, wait, what do we need tenacity? Yeah, we're already over 80% tenacity, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we're already
That's
in a
all you
good
need,
spot.
man.
Sorry.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know how it goes. I'll try to catch some of the battles.
I
You
expect I'm
using
not
it
seeing a
too,
lot of
so.
Mon Mothmas or Idens placed on defense against me next week. That's my prediction. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. I've been and that's something. As soon as that Omicron came out, I started keeping Mon Mothma for offense and practicing what I could use it against, and
Yeah.
it's not much. Not much. It's very situational.
I
Like
definitely
if
used it on things like RJT, BB-8, R2 brothers,
yeah,
stuff like that. Just you know, as Dagger would say, it basically smokes anything that you're faster than. You know, I mean, for the most part, very few
and
exceptions.
it's and the rare. Not too many people are placing it anymore, but if you get the GG Newt plus droid split, Mon Mothma Rex Newt Gunray teams. Um, but again, you probably have several other options for that. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
honestly not seeing too many of the GG nukes anymore. I think that's kind of
It's a
gone by the
little
wayside.
passe now because people are reserving
Yeah.
it for Star Killer, but I think that's I think that counter's coming under more and more pressure, and I think that
Hmm.
the offense modding is extremely powerful against that. So don't be too much in a hurry to change your modding. I mean, definitely try out the health and see if you like it, but yeah, I think the offense has some merit in terms. But you know what? No, you know what? It might just work either way that way because my opponent from my opponent told me that against my Mon Mothma, no, sorry, against my Star Killer, he went in with his GG8 and basically got blown out the same way. So that was the health modded slacker, or sorry, Star Killer. Man, I'm just a mess. And yeah, Megalito says, "Com seems like he might be in a fog today." You up late
Man,
last night,
maybe.
up early this morning?
Yeah, maybe. I did stay up a little late last night. I jumped into Valheim, and next thing I know, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. So,
Oh,
just all right.
is there a reason? Hold on, let me see what's going on. It looked like the camera froze. Oh, there you are. You're back. All right, you're moving again. Yeah. Um, you can even beat Dagger says you can even beat Starkiller with Mon Mothma if you go first and lead with basic and have Pow go before Mara. Wow, that's fascinating if true. Do you have footage to that effect? Anybody's footage. I'd love to. Please drop a link in the chat for that, Dagger. Spread the knowledge. Share the wealth. Let's see. Yeah, Dagger goes on to say, my Mothma can beat the crap out of anything you go first against, even Maul plus Droidica. Yeah, I know it can be very effective, and definitely get more comfortable using it on offense, because you'll be seeing more of these Wampas, sir, and I wouldn't serve up the freebie. I wouldn't be serving up 68s, you know?
Oh, do I have to play the damn tutorial?
I don't think you have to. I think it would kick you out of it if you back out. Is it the tutorial for Teamfight Tactics or for
Oh,
Summoner's Rift?
yeah. No. It says League of Legends is currently updating. Okay, so it should be just a minute.
Okay. Yeah, no worries.
I
No
think I'm
worries.
in the. It says like Neon Knight's Egg. Is that the right thing?
Yes. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at the client, and we'll get that ready on my end. But yeah, from home. Yep, that's right. And yeah, so when the game is patched up and ready to go, you'll hit the play button, and then it's Teamfight Tactics. And basically, there's two ways to play this game. Like I said, it's 8 players. The normal mode of the game is it's a free for all. The other mode of the game is called Double Up, where it's pairs are playing against other pairs. So four pairs in total, 8 players. And what it is you're still managing your own board like you were in the other mode, but what it is that you share a life total instead of having your own dedicated life total. So you can't have one of you just blatantly carry the other, and you have the opportunity to exchange items and characters with each other. So are you intending to play the tutorial for Teamfight Tactics, or do you want to go right into the play?
No. This took me so long. This took me so long to get set up. I apologize. We're just
Okay.
gonna dive
No,
right
no,
in.
no, it's fine. So then I'll explain while we're waiting, then, just to save time.
No.
The idea here is that you're gonna pick characters and place them on the board, and these characters are gonna have traits. Usually just 2. Some have 3 or more. Hey, Famulous, how's it going? Good to see you, man. We've already finished most of the interview portion here. I think we've done all the interesting questions about the game and about the man himself. We're just kind of shooting the shit. We're going to be playing Teamfight Tactics here in a few minutes, and yeah. But you guys hit me and Gom with any of your questions, anything you want to pick our brains about. It's a good time for that while we're waiting. That is a damn big mic.
Is this like a really fancy like Stream Raider?
Stream Raider?
Yeah, that game Stream Raiders that you can play on the stream, where you just like randomly place your like little units in the streets of a town, and then you just hit go, and they do whatever they're gonna do.
I don't know the game you're talking about, but it sounds like there's some similarity. The idea is that you are placing characters on a board, you determine their position, and you can upgrade them in between rounds, but at a certain point, the board goes active, and then it's auto chess. These characters are playing themselves. They have their own predefined behavior and moves and stuff. So you get to place them, you get to upgrade them. The way you upgrade characters, by the way, when you acquire a character, it's going to be like a 1-star character, okay? Let's say you need 3 1-stars to combine into a 2-star character, and then you need 3 2-stars of that same character to combine into a tier 3 of that character, and that's where it caps out. So that's how you would upgrade the power of a single unit itself. The other way to modify its strength is with items, and you'll have different tier 1 items that combine with other tier 1 items to have whatever effects. You can have more damage, more spell power, more defense, more mana regen, stuff like that. And that just comes through experience. You'll have to play the game to pick that up. I would say probably the first 5 or so games it'll take you to really have a sense of the mechanics. And if you had time later or whenever, because I'm going to give you the tag for it on my Discord, if you want to play Teamfight Tactics, there's a mess of us, like JMA, DeCobb. We've got I think we have Trevor Boy Gaming plays it now too with us sometimes. But I'm converting more and more people to these other games that are free and fun. So
Yeah, I feel like I might. I've never played this game. I feel like I played something similar.
yeah,
Um, so it won't be completely. I won't be completely raw, but I won't know which items are best or which characters or classes or anything like that yet. But
right.
all right, we're getting close here. I think it says 4 minutes. So sorry
Okay.
again for the delay, man.
No,
I thought you told me League of Legends Wild Rift. I was like, oh, awesome, I got
I
that.
did not say Wild Rift. You go check the chat, sir. I did
Okay,
not
maybe.
say Wild
Okay,
Rift.
well, I wanted to hear Wild Rift because then I thought it would just be instantly done.
It was
Maybe
something
that's what
that you
happened.
knew. Yeah, yeah, and you thought you were already installed and patched and everything.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. It happens, man. But this is going to be fun. The normal. So yeah, do you know which way you'd like to play? So you could play every man for himself, or we could play as a team, and we can exchange items and characters to each other. That's an option. That's a feature of the double up version.
You pick, man. I don't care. We can do
No,
one of
no,
both.
guest
How about?
privilege. I mean, you're going into the abyss that you don't know either way. The question is, do you want to do you want to do it as a co-op, or do you want to stand on your own 2 feet and see where you go?
How long do the games typically take?
I would say it's going to be about 20-25 minutes. The long ones can go up over a half hour if you have like a really close, contention. So
Okay,
it's
well, let's
not. It's
just.
still going to be in time for us to be done here at 6 my time.
I was gonna say I was hoping you'd say 15 minutes, and we could do one of both. But let's do
Yeah,
let's do
no.
this. Let's do the solo one. Let's play
Okay,
for ourselves.
that's
I
fine.
feel like
Yeah,
I'll
both are
I feel
fun.
like I'd look trial by fire. I'll just learn quicker that way.
Sure, yeah. And if you die early, that means you could like watch me finish up the game and maybe
Yeah, oh
pick
yeah,
up
I'm not
some
gonna.
some more of the play.
Yeah, when I die, I'm not gonna be like, all right, thanks, bye.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, I'm dead, dipping out, deuces. Oh, hey, kitty.
Yeah,
What are you doing here, sweet kitty?
like when people are like, "Hey, you want to play Phasmo? You'll be the fourth." I'm like, not really, but if I'm the fourth, sure. They're like, "Oh, I died. Sorry, guys." Just
Yeah,
like just tune out for 20 minutes.
yeah.
Oh,
I wish
sorry.
I was playing more Overwatch these days too. That was a fun game. That's not free, but it was a fun game. I am looking forward to Overwatch 2, though.
I like that game a lot, but something else came out like right around the time after I got it, and like maybe it was Destiny 2 or
Yeah, okay.
something came out like right after Overwatch. Maybe Fallout 76, something. One of the other games I ended up
Killed it
playing.
for you.
All right. So do I do quick play? We're done, by the way.
Okay, yeah. Well, first, can you go to add friend up at the top right? And
Okay.
I am Tassinix, so just add Tassinix.
Summoner search. Okay. You got like a rose on your card.
That's just my player icon. It's like a tux.
Okay.
I've
Yes.
had a whole
Yes.
bunch of icons over the years, but I like this one. It's the debonair icon. Debonair
I want
Jace.
to.
Oh, your diamond in Halo Infinite, Masticalo? I mean, that's pretty good. I haven't actually played Halo Infinite. I played all the old ones, but yeah. I
How do
don't
I
play
add
too many
you?
shooters, I'll be honest.
How do I add you as a friend?
Well, all right. Are you looking at my screen here through the
Oh no
stream
no no
share?
no. Okay, I hit the wrong area. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yep, there. You got me. All right, that's it. All right, sir. We've got you. I will drag you up into this section, and I will invite you to the party. Looks like you're already in. Okay. All right, so we'll get right in. Yeah, I know it's free to play, Masticalo. Yeah, I hear you. The Halo Infinite. I don't have anything against playing Halo. I just haven't picked it up. I don't have a lot of room in my game time to play like first person shooters. Like I would play other games ahead of first person shooters most of the time. I'll get in a mood for it and I'll play Overwatch because the characters are unique and it mixes up the play and the matches are short. So
Okay, I assume that I have to earn some points and I can buy some of this other fancy shit that I see.
Oh, so actually, so everything in this game is that you can pay money for is purely cosmetic, and what you're seeing is cosmetic shit, and you can earn the currency that you would otherwise have to pay money for by just playing your battle pass. There's also an event. They also have events occasionally that are coming up, and if you complete the little quests in it, it gives you the currency. They're called shards. You use shards to upgrade your little dude, and it becomes like a higher level dude. He's bigger. He has, his animations might change, stuff like that. So my guy is is an Umbra. He's the Hex Gold Umbra, so he's the gold one, which happens to be the rare Umbra. They'll have quality marks on them. When you unlock different tacticians, that's what these little dudes are that you are personified in. You can upgrade them and view them in a roster and all that. So anyway, mine's level 3, so it's the highest it goes, and you can just spend your shards on stuff like that. But there is nothing that you can spend money on to gain an advantage in the game. So all just cosmetic horseshit.
Yep.
All right.
A little humble brag about your Umbra.
Oh, it is it was just a lucky roll. I got it. I mean, it's not like an achievement unlock or something. It was just a lucky roll, but it is dope. I think it's cool looking. All right, so you're picking a character here. It doesn't matter so much. You can pick any character. Obviously, when you know what you're doing, you're gonna think, oh man, I want to start with this guy. It doesn't matter so much what you start with. So here's your board. You drag a character on out to it, or if you have a slot available on your board at the start of a round, but you haven't placed one, it will take the character that's furthest most to the left on your bench, which is at the bottom of your play board.
Yeah, I don't have any characters on my bench.
You won't hear at level 1, but if you're looking at my screen, you can see that I'm moving my guy around to collect the items that are dropped by fighting these monsters early on, so be sure that you do that. Where are we both in GAC, and how are we doing this week, Dagger asks. You want to take that first, Com?
I'm 2-0 going to the championship match, so I'm pretty pleased with that.
Buy characters if they match a theme, like, you see, right now I started with a Hex Tech character, so on my deck at the bottom, I'm looking for characters that have those traits, and you spend your gold buying characters here. You can also see off to the left, you have buy XP and refresh. You can spend your gold there to buy XP to increase your level. You're limited in terms of how many characters you can put on the board by your level. So level 2 is 2 characters, level 3 is 3 characters, and so on. Alright, so now you have an opportunity to select an augment. This happens like 3 times in the game, and it's just like a team-wide buff. You get to choose which way you want to go.
So what do I do with this recurve bow? Oh, I give it to my guy, I guess. Okay, well.
Recurve bow is an attack speed item, and what you can do is you can right-click on that item. Hold on a second.
Oh, okay, I see now. I gotta click the characters I want to buy. Okay.
Yeah, you do have to click the ones that you want to buy, but if you right-click an item, if you see what I have on my screen, it'll show you all of the possible Tier 2 items it can combine into and what it needs. Alright, so this is the way that you learn about the items in the game. You can right-click the low-level items here and see what they combine into, and read what these upper-level items do. And it takes time to learn about the items, but, you figure out by watching the characters, are they casters, are they physical attackers, and then you kind of just move accordingly, right?
I love a challenge.
So, that's kind of what I'm doing anyway. Yeah, this is okay with me. Man, I really wish. I don't know. So I really wish I had better items available right now for this guy, because he's not really a tank. He's a bruiser, so to speak. But ask me your questions freely as you're playing, man. I know you probably have some as you're going here.
Just don't really know which characters are which.
Yeah, and that's okay. You don't really have to know anything about them other than you're looking for a theme. Pick a theme fairly early on and try and build on it. On the left side of your screen, you see your traits, right? So these represent the traits of the characters that you have on the board. If it's grayed out, that means that you don't have the minimum number of characters of that trait to have their trait bonus activated. Like, if you're looking at my screen, I have 4 traits that are like that right now. That I haven't fulfilled the minimum requirement of having at least 2 of them to start it off. But Hex Tech, I do. So I have 2 Hex Tech, and then you see it actually goes up to 2, 4, 6, 8. Like the more Hex Tech you put on the board, the more of a trait that you put on the board, the higher level the bonus is for it. And there's different ways to mix and match traits that you'll learn as you play, so you don't have to purely go for one trait. But there are certain compositions that do kind of require you to devote yourself to only one thing. So again, all things you pick up over time. So anyways, Dagger, to answer your first question, where am I at in GAC and how my week's been going? Oh my god, a lot of questions here we got to catch up on, Gum. Yeah, so I'm 1-1. First match was a great match, and I pulled out a win. It wasn't a huge margin, I think, so it was a very competitive match. And this time I was up against Lord Wolf from Paw Patrol, and he's just absolutely enormous. And I got my ass kicked, basically. Essentially, he sets down 2 GLs and Star Killer, and it's usually not JMK. And surprise JMK! And I wasn't ready for it. And I was drunk, and I misplayed. So, it was a tough time.
That's like some drunk yak.
Yeah. Trying to climb in the top 100 drunk. Good. What could go wrong? You know? We got a lot of questions here from Dagger, man. All right, so have you seen or said anything interesting just to trip up your opponent or yourself? Yeah, I asked Gom about this earlier. If you want to briefly restate yourself, you can. Otherwise, yeah, Dagger, go back and look at the VOD. But
what's different? Like, what?
Yeah, like, have you seen or said anything interesting just to trip up your opponent or yourself?
I trip myself every match, but basically
don't even need to try.
Well, it's always been what team does my opponent always place or keep? Maybe it's Gas, maybe it's Supreme Leader Kylo, maybe it's JML, whatever the case is. You try to go through their history and find all the teams that they use their JML, their Kylo, whatever against, and place them, at least 2 of them in the front, then maybe place like a 3rd one on the back. Like if you're Lord Vader, like if they always use Supreme Leader Kylo Ren against your Lord Vader, maybe put Lord Vader in the front, draw out Supreme Leader Kylo, and kind of tuck C in the back.
Yep.
Because C can be tough, especially with Malik on the team. It can be tough to clean up without Kylo. So
you should run out into the carousel and try to pick up a character, either for the character's sake, either for just getting one of it if you want it, or the item.
Can I go back to the carousel, or is it too late?
Well, you can sell characters. You can't go back, but you can sell characters by dragging them to the bottom of your bench, like where you buy characters, and it just sells in there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell this guy, and I think I'm going to equip...
Oh, I see. If you put 2 of them on the board, they do turn into the 2-star one. Okay,
exactly.
Okay.
And then when you build up, so you're working on your bench, making up another 2-star copy, and then a 3rd, and then it combines onto the board automatically.
I got it now, yeah.
That's
I'm going to get destroyed this round, but...
Yeah.
Now I got it. Okay.
Yeah. Next question for Gom. What do you do for prep for GAC? What's your process? How much do you scout and change up your comps? I guess you were kind of digging into that and saying about how you're looking at how your opponents attack, but how do you want to approach that?
Typically, I don't really switch it up in round. I place pretty much the same defense 3 times in a row, but then it may be very drastically different for the next round, right? Like I try not to be too predictable in what I'm placing.
Right.
If somebody watches my round 1 stream, then yeah, they probably have a good idea what they're getting. But if they don't, they don't really have any idea. But I spend depends. Once I get back up to the top 100, if I start taking it a little more seriously, really trying to bang out, get the top 50. Probably an hour or 2 prepping, testing kind of stuff, which can be cumbersome, right? It's not sustainable. That's the thing. If you really get hot, win like 6, 7 in a row, you start banging the top 50. All of your opponents take an hour or 2 to scout. It's just not possible for me all the time. But that's the problem.
I'm opening the window. The computer is literally cooking the office.
Yeah, but for the most part, I use Omega bots. I'll use hot utils at the initial start, just to get a quick overview of everybody, and then just my individual opponents. I'll use the Omega bot. I don't spend too much time worrying about who I'm going to fight next. I pretty much just focus on my current opponent exclusively. Like, and then no point in scouting somebody that might not even fight, right? So.
And what's your technique with the Omega Bot? How do you like to use the information? What tabs do you start in, and how do you move through your process?
Well, I use the HTML version, right? The browser-based version.
Yep.
And so I just, the graph at the top, you quickly, like, clearly if somebody's got a full bar of, GG, a full bar of Lord Vader, you probably anticipate to see them. But then, if it starts, getting down to the 12s, the 15s, the 10s of what they're placing and what they're not, then you kind of got to go through and see. But I typically start, honestly, I usually go right to the offense. I skip over what they place on defense and just try to do, like I said, okay, if they're going to keep JML, what do they usually use JML against? What do they use Kylo against? What do they use Gas, CLS? I think CLS is probably the easiest one, CLS and Traya. Like, what do they use against? What do they use them for? And then, like, let's say Traya, they use it against Versio, Mon Mothma, and Dash. Well, they're getting all three of those for sure, right? Right in the front, right in the top. Make it difficult. Just spread them thin is pretty much what I do.
Right, stacking a wall with multiple draws for one specific team. It's a good idea.
Yeah, the days of stalling, like completely preventing your opponents of clearing while clearing yourself, are probably over, right? Like, it's too difficult. These guys at the top of the 11 million GP like you fought, they're simply too deep not to clear you.
That's like probably true.
Like, you could stop them on a GL. Like, if your Kenobi can hold, then you got a shot. But
yeah,
if they one shot your Kenobi, one shot your Vader, you really don't have much else that's going to prevent somebody with everything R8
By the way,
from
this
clearing.
is a freebie for the stream, guys. Normally, I charge 10,000 channel points for you to make me go fetch one of my kitties. But this one decided to join us, so this is the generally cooperative one, Tinsel. However, she is very sharp and wants to go. So I won't fight her on that. Yeah, Gom goes crazy bold on D. Hey, Sasha, good to see you in the chat, man.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah, we're just chilling right out and playing Teamfight Tactics, an auto chess game. Yes, that's right, free kitty on the stream. No one redeemed kitty, but she jumped up. That's right, free kitty. All right, so how's your
what are
theme
these little
coming together?
what are these little gold things on the side of my map? Like, you have five little red orbs on yours.
They're indicative of each unit of 10 gold. So here's if you put your cursor over your gold, just above where you're buying characters, you'll see that. Hold on, I need to place somebody here. And okay, you'll see that you gain interest for each 10 gold that you're holding at the start of a round, up to 50. So if you're holding 50 gold, you'll gain 5 interest at the start of every turn. If you have 60, you still only gain it based on, you gain the extra 5. You don't get any more for that. There are certain augments that can change that. You can go higher. But otherwise, that's the highest it goes. And you can bank your gold up for whatever reason. But the idea is you want to try to stabilize your theme early on so that you're not losing too much life, losing too many rounds early. And then you want to save your gold so that you can benefit from interest. Get up over 50. Then every round you're spending gold, buying characters, upgrading, do whatever, buy XP, whatever you need to do. But you're trying to maintain that 50 gold until the moment where you know what you're doing. You're going to dump it all and buy as many characters as you can. Stuff like that. So, like, when you're looking at your theme... First, let me finish picking my card. All right. When you're looking at your theme, see I have my cursor on the trait here, Sniper. And it'll show you in this window all the characters that are snipers. And you can see what their rarities are, right? You have the gray, green, blue, purple, and gold. So there's one of each rarity within the sniper trait, right? If you look just to the left of where your gold count is, you can see... hold on, I think I should also level up here while we're all in the same neighborhood. Definitely pick that up. So... you can see the percentages, those percentages with the colors on them. Those indicate your odds of seeing a character of that rarity, right?
Right.
So as you go to a higher level, those percentages shift further towards rare. Right?
Well, I just noticed the level. Yeah, like I got a good idea of it, but I started out really poorly. Like, I just was like randomly clicking things and not
Absolutely.
really
Yeah, it's you want a trial by fire, man. You got it. You got
Yeah.
it. That is exactly what this
But now I
is.
see, like, you want to select the units that match up to the other ones, and then keep. And instead, at the beginning, I just clicked them all, and I've got random characters everywhere. And
It's still not too late for you to try to put together a theme, but I mean, because I've won games many times and ask people that have watched me stream TFT. Like, I have had many games that I've won from 1 life, 2 life, 5 life. So you're not out of the game just because you're in last place right now, but you do need to get, stable. You need to stop losing life. And yeah, Dagger's asking Sasha, how did the fight versus Pimpo go? And Sasha says, hey there, Dagger, not as well as I'd hoped. LOL. Got 2 holds on D, but I dropped 4. Both of us full cleared, and but he won on banners. Fun match with Pimpo as always. That's a tough one, man. Yeah, I don't know if you caught any of my fight last night, Sasha, but the plan was flawed in that he set JMK on me, and he had only done that twice in 18 rounds. So I gambled against it, and I should have gambled for it. And that's the lesson. That's the lesson for old Tass. Another question here. Let's see. How has the swapping between GAC and TW modding affected your mod farming and slicing?
it's a lot. That mod farming and slicing hasn't changed. I mean, I'm still looking for the same stuff, right? But
Well,
I guess
think
I really
he's
don't.
referring to like just the sheer crystal cost of changing from radically different sets. How does
Yeah.
that figure into where you are cost wise when you're trying to slice mods, farm mods?
Mm,
Or are you just
I don't really.
are you just big on credits? You're just long on credits?
Yeah, I guess I really don't have an issue.
Oh man,
With
I'm
credit.
starving. I'm under 1 million again, just switching back into my GAC set.
Yeah, but at the same time, we've had the double drops, right? So I haven't been able to farm mods. I've been using the double drops the last 4 days for the materials.
Right.
So I haven't really been farming mods, but typically, I'll farm mods, maybe 3-4 days, just until I get so encumbered with the mods I can't farm anymore. Then I'll
Right.
go through and level them up and see. If you're really starving for credits, talk about it on the stream all the time. Just you got to memorize the roll ranges, right? So if you're really starving for credits, just take a white mod. You roll it to 3, you get like a crappy defense set or flat defense stat, and you roll it to 6, and you get like a awful health percentage stat.
Yeah.
That's probably not going to be a keeper. You can go ahead and just stop, right? But if you level up a white mod, you get like, let's say 0.48% offense. That's a good roll.
Yeah.
So then you go again, and you get maybe 4 or 5 speed. Then it's obviously a keeper because that's speed. But just kind of go through. If you're starting for credits, don't just default go all the way up to 12, 9, 6, or 3. Got to do it one roll at a time.
That's a good tip, guys. That's a good one.
You really, and that's the best thing you could do overall in this game is just memorize the roll ranges of the mods. Because long term, you're going to be better off because you're going to have better quality. At the end, months, years from now, when we all have 7-dot mods and everyone's mods are 25 plus speed on their entire teams, it's going to be the health percentage, the offense percentage, defense percentage. The better rolls for the other stats are going to determine who wins the fight, not necessarily speed.
Yeah.
Long term, right? We don't have 7 dots yet. They said in that interview they don't plan on doing it anytime soon. So I mean, I'd play the real long game with mods.
Makes sense.
I've got a good inventory, but I could have way more 25 plus speed mods. I just don't. I'd rather have the 21s with good secondaries than the 25s with a bunch of garbage. Tenacity, potency, flat defense, terrible rolls.
Yeah, but I think you would agree. We're in times where you need just such a ton of speed on a ton of characters these days.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just raw speed, man. I respect where you're coming from because I absolutely appreciate wanting to go for the best mods for where you're going to spend your resources. But I find myself having to pull the trigger on mods that have crap secondaries and like 26, 27 speed potential or more.
Well, okay, like now if you have a mod with 12 speed on 2 rolls, right, and the rest of the stats aren't fantastic, and you roll it again, all of a sudden you've got 17, 18 on 3 rolls.
Yeah.
Then you just go for the gusto. But like the 10s, the 11s, the 9s, stuff like that. If they don't have good secondary stats, you kind of dump them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Yeah, well, yeah, maybe I misunderstood you, but I was thinking like, I know people that do have to make that choice, like for a resources thing, but by preference, man, I am just always thirsty for speed. I'll finish something, I'll hit a new plateau, I'll be like, man, I got all these characters in the box where I want them. It won't be a week before I have something torn up again, and I have to, go back in. Let me place my units here real quick. This is a good one. Armor penetration, life steal. He needs a lot of mana. You need the mana. This is a good choice. Nice. You stabilizing? How you doing? I mean, we're not all dead yet. You can see that the guy on the top, you can see your life totals on the right-hand side, of course. That's the...
Yeah, I'm winning fights now, but I think I've gotten so far behind in the life department.
Yeah, I mean, so what that tells you is that you do need to keep up your momentum with placing things on the board, so that you're not losing rounds. Keep upgrading yourself consistently. Don't be greedy for economy right now, right?
I just don't know which characters are good. Like that's what's.
Yeah, and you learn by experience. I mean, you make great combination. Obviously, rarer characters, higher tier characters are more powerful. So if nothing else, you can trust in that. But you make really effective teams with characters of all different rarities. So you could pick your poison, so to speak.
I keep trying to get these range units, but the opponent always has this one that's got like a grappling hook and just pulls my range units right in the middle of the map.
Yeah, Blitzcrank. He'll do that to you.
He's killing me.
So, but here's the thing. What he does, you should read his ability. You could right-click him, and then his little portrait will pop up, and you can put your cursor on his ability and see what it does, because it pulls the unit that is furthest from him. All right? So you can game that. Place something where he's going to yoink. Like, place a tank there. Make him yoink your tank. Now you have your tank up front for free. Take this one. Alright, good job. Yeah. So you pick that guy, and he's a good character in his own right. He's a legendary character. You, if you don't need him, you could sell him for the item and get 5 gold, Because he's a rare. Or a legendary, Dagger says, I push back on Tass with this one a lot as well, Gum. I prioritize good mods over fast mods. And again, I respect you guys' position. That's a fair take to have. I just never find a situation where I tell myself, can I afford to not pursue raw speed? I've never found myself in a position where I was comfortable like that. Damn.
Okay.
Tough times, man. Tough times. I should have dumped everything, honestly. Here, we'll do this. Yeah, if I should survive this round, which is a pretty long if, because my theme never came together. I never got out of the bronze tier of any of my trades, so it goes bronze, silver, gold, and then like white and sparkling, something like that.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. But, yeah, oh man, I almost died. I almost died. Okay.
So, tore it up, 7th and 8th place.
Yeah, you and we are just, smashing. Just absolutely smashing and crashing here.
I'm always ready.
I got a random legendary character. I'll take him. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's an enforcer. That kind of works for us. Have him on this same tier with these guys. All this makes sense. How could this be better optimized?
Yeah, I'll take her with this over the weekend.
For sure, man. It's a fun game. And
I figured it out about the 3rd round, what was kind of going on, and I just, like I said, I spammed all the characters, just kind of, I couldn't combine anything because I just had everybody, and I didn't even know you could level up to like the 5th round.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Yeah.
So I see, like the higher level you get, the better odds at getting the better characters or the rarer characters.
You're absolutely right.
And at the very least, I could peep at a tier list, right? So I'm sure there's tier list out there. For
absolutely, there's a Reddit for it. There's a Discord for it. You know how it is. There's a community for anything.
This game's fun, man. I like games like this.
Yeah, it's fun. It's low key, right? It's low pressure. You're just gonna chill. You can play it on your phone, right? Like sometimes when I'm cooking or something, I can do this while I'm cooking, right? Just come back.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was
forth on
gonna
the phone.
say. You can kind of get set up and then just kind of passively maybe put a couple of your bonuses on and just kind of do something else,
Right.
for
Once
a
you're
minute.
rolling, once you know what your plan is, and you don't have to like make all these active choices every turn,
Yeah.
you can just kind of come back every 40 seconds, 45 seconds or so, and just take a look. But yeah, exactly, Dagger. You do love you like TFT a lot. It's great for when you want an AFK game to play. Generally, when doing chores or food prep. Yeah. All right. So anyway, you saw us play a game of Teamfight Tactics here. Both Gom and I got piped. I did better than him. I am the conquering hero. I am 7th place. He is 8th place. Everybody laugh at Gom, right? Don't laugh at me.
I don't care. Laugh away. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
That's
So
right. No, I'm just saying, like, you're playing your first game. It's like, well, I'm glad you're here because you're making me look good.
okay. Yeah.
All right. Well,
So
yeah, that was the first time you're playing it. I hope.
You didn't set the bar high, so I think there's a chance.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
Coming in
But
7th place, I think you won't smoke me forever. I'll have a shot maybe.
I know you're
But-
gonna like this game, and it once you actually have some idea what you're doing, and you think about how you want to actually game the mechanics, it's a really fun game, and you can play it. I mean, you can spam playing that for a long time. You'd be surprised because again, it's just so casual.
Yeah, and it's not very intense on the computer either, right? Like it's not really killing my CPU usage. I can do other stuff while I
Exactly.
play
Yeah,
it.
it's not resource intensive. That's something nice about League of Legends. You can basically play it on a toaster.
Yeah.
Not a particularly demanding game. So first,
What was
guys,
that?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no. You. What's up?
I said, what was there was a game that Blizzard had. I forget what's the big Blizzard game on their client, not named Warcraft or.
I mean, they have StarCraft.
No, it's the MOBA game.
Oh, the MOBA. That's I love playing that game too. I was just playing it yesterday, man. Heroes of the Storm. I have a
Yes, Heroes
section
of
on
the
my
Storm,
Discord
yes.
for that too. I'll give you the tag for it, man.
Yeah, like I
Almost
play
nobody
that, but
plays
that's
anymore.
Yeah, but that one takes up way more memory than this game.
That's
so.
true. It is a heavy.
Yeah.
It is a heavyweight game. You have a fair point there, but man,
Yeah.
I love Heroes. That's fun.
Yeah, I'll dabble in that every once in a while. Very,
Yeah.
very rarely. I know Affinity used to play it, like for the charity streams they do. They'd play it, and I'd play it with them. That was pretty fun.
If you ever want to get back in on it, hit me up, man. I'm the man.
Will do, man. Yeah, I'll definitely be playing on this for a little bit. I'll try this one out. This looks pretty fun.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you'll. Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna have a good time with it. And yeah, Dagger here saying, "Oh yeah, there's a bunch of us that play TFT. Most of us are not very good, but we play as a voice chat game. Yeah, we're all together on my server most of the time. It's fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna get closer towards wrapping up. So if you got any last questions, good time to get them in. We got one here from Master Lord Duke 71. Mod question: what speed do I need for C? I have his health over 200,000, but I have all plus 20 speeds on it. Could I move those mods onto other tunes? So what's his actual speed? Like I would not say go under 470.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think 470 to 500 is the sweet spot. Yeah, anything over 500, maybe you could consider moving elsewhere. Depends. But just keep in mind that the faster your C is, the more turns you're going to take, and you're going to stack Ray's ultimate quicker, right? So do keep that in mind. But I think at 200k health, I think you can fade all the ultimates in the world. So
Yeah.
200k health is
Assuming Beskar, armor is there too. So fair enough.
So yeah, if you got 200k health in your C, I think you're good. I would, if you could take speed off and maintain 200k health, then by all means. But I wouldn't mess with the 200k health. That's the goal, and you've got there. So
All right. Yeah. No disagreements with that, guys. So there you have it. I do want to shout you out here since we're getting close to wrapping up. Good. Well, I guess you want me to shout out Operation? Yeah. All right. There we go.
yeah.
All right. So if you want to spam your links, great time to do it. And yeah,
That's mainly it. That's mainly it.
well,
Twitch.
go-
I mean, I post a little bit on YouTube, but not much. Like we've pretty much let the YouTube channel die, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
it's Twitch is just better. Twitch is more fun. So
I enjoy Twitch, and honestly, there's so many creators already making the videos that you would think that you would want to make. Like the content's already getting done, the subject matter's already getting covered. You could offer your own take on it, but I think that's better done over like a stream, over a conversation with other content creators, something like that, like a Gridsy Sessions or something like, this. But
If I were to make a video, I can't pump it out in 25 minutes, like do one take and then instantly edit it and have it ready. Like start to finish, I'm sure like auto takes like 2 hours of the video. It'd take me a day.
yeah,
Like to record it. I've said something incorrect. Let me re-record it. And then I got to edit it. And then I got to up. I can't do it as quick as those guys. So naturally, I'm always
that skill set. I have none of that. Like you can see that things are pretty bare bones here. Like it all works. And
I'm the same way. The interviews are easy because no one else can produce that, right? There's no race. Like I have 2 weeks probably to get it ready, and then they say go, and I go. I do need to post something a little more on YouTube more frequently, just so these interviews have a little traction. Because a couple people in the last one, the Rebel Bomber one, like, you guys don't even do anything on YouTube anymore. How are you getting these interviews? Well,
yeah.
Sorry, we do on Twitch stuff, but
yeah. Do you have a? Well, I'm assuming you have a well-developed Discord server, but it pings when your stuff goes live on YouTube, right? So people do get
it does. It does. It just there used to be two of us, right? And T Money was the brains and the creative force behind Operation Metaverse. I'm just kind of the guy,
just guy along for the ride of personality.
Yeah. The layout for the Twitch stream hasn't changed at all. 16 months, that's still the original one that she made. So like it's I'm not the most skilled when it comes to the graphics and the the fancy hoopla stuff.
Right.
I just show up with the camera. So yeah.
Well, is the floor is yours. Anything you want to say? Obviously it was such a pleasure having you here. A real honor. And I hope you had as good a time here as I did. But is there anything you want to stump? Sorry, go ahead.
No, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me, man. Like I said, I don't get the chance to watch these because I'm usually streaming at the same time. But today worked out well. I streamed a little early. Got over here at 4, so it worked out well. We'll have to do it again in the future, man. That was fun. Just Operation Metaverse, Twitch, YouTube, Dagger. Thank you for putting the Discord in there. So that's our Discord server.
Dagger.
Yeah. So you can check us out there. Mainly Twitch. Always Monday night. Monday nights are the fun nights to give away like relic cargo packs. And we do like a GOM learns GAC kind of slideshow, just kind of discussing the things I've learned, whether in victory or defeat over the week. People have been liking that. So Mondays are the fun nights, and Wednesday nights, Saturday afternoons I do GAC. Sometimes Sundays nights aren't the best night for me to stream, and unfortunately that's a championship night. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well,
thanks for having me, man. This was a lot of fun.
Check him out. Like if you ever want to watch a GAC stream where it's like he wants to make it hard on himself, like just for the pain of it. It really seems, masochistic to me because I watch the situations that GOM puts himself in, and he offers like an incredible defense to his opponent, and then he's just having to spin gold from shit, and it's just an incredible watch. You guys would enjoy it, so be sure to follow and tune in there. Before I raid you guys out to another worthy streamer, let's go ahead and plug for my Patreon. Shamelessly, I might add. Check me out at patreon.com/Tassinix. I have gotten up into the top 100 here by picking the brains of people who know better than me over the last couple of years, and I put together quite a bit of knowledge to that effect. I've got a lot of great stuff to share with somebody who wants to raise their GAC game. I could teach you about modding, everything you'd ever want to know, GAC, all the basics, the advanced topics, anything from placement to comps and, reading your opponent, deep scouting. We do it all. So come check that out and come see me. All right, next item is the merch, of course. That is available to the Patreon subscribers. So check out the mug, the t-shirt, the hoodie. They're awesome. It's getting warmer now, so I'm probably going to be wearing the hoodie less. But that mug serves me well every day for tea. And next, we have to... that's right, Dagger. The Brain Trust. So another benefit to my patrons is that I will bring other top 100 players... mostly from my guild Shadowlands, but a couple others as well, onto my Discord, and we do like group planning sessions for our GACs, And it's a great place to be a fly on the wall if you're trying to learn how top level players are doing their planning. And then we're around to help with questions you might have. So that's a specific benefit for patrons, is just having access to these planning sessions. And also I make YouTube content exclusive to patrons for a week, and then it becomes public. So I made a video last week about how to prepare for GAC before the lock. What can you do before all the scouting and all that begins? What can you take from your lessons learned and how to apply that? So I did that with TJ5270, Dagger, and Sasha Isha last week. That'll be going live on YouTube on Monday. So look out for that. But yeah, if you want to be on the cutting edge for all my stuff, check out the Patreon. Yes, I do need to remember to sell it better, Dagger. You have a fair point. Sorry, guys.
You don't need to sell that one. You got some superstar players in that video, so that's Sasha, TJ. Those guys are great.
They work hard, man. They are sweats. Yeah. I love the way they think. TJ constantly challenges the way I like to play, and I absolutely love that. Like Sasha, Dagger, and we have a lot in common the way we like to think about it. TJ is incredibly disruptive to your patterns and like where your comfort zone is, and challenging you to think, look, if I'm your opponent, I'm going to beat you up this way. So yeah, TJ's a lot of fun. Sasha is one of the very best. He's always top 10. He's been in the top 5 most of the season. But yeah, we had a lot of brass on that video. It was great. All right. Sorry, I keep cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, go. You're good.
All right. So anyway,
say pound for pound.
We got to shout out the patrons themselves, guys. These are the people that allow me to justify to Mrs. Tassinix the enormous amount of time that I spend on this game. So thank you all so very much. At VIP access level, Trevor Boy Gaming, Deadpool Kyle, Not Sure, Elite Wolf, Ryan, White Wolf, and Sam Vimes. You guys are awesome. Talk to you all the time. Good to have you in the community. Jester's Club, the one and only Absolution. It's so good that you've come back to the game, and I'm glad you're having fun with it, man. Glad you popped in the other night. We did a GAC planning for you. I hope you're getting good results so far this season, so follow up with me. I'd love to hear about it. All right, and then we have Jester's Club Platinum, the one and only Eric Rose, my number one coaching client. I spend a lot of time with this guy. My wife knows him. That's how much time I spend with him. So, you're doing real well this season, though. I think you've pushed your mods up onto some characters that needed it, and you've got some counters dialed in. So, expecting good things from you here for the foreseeable future, man. All right, and then special thanks, of course, to Yoda Force and Dagger. They have contributed to this stream monetarily, and with their, in mostly the case of Dagger, with a lot of time and energy in helping me with things in the background. So special thanks to both of you gentlemen, Yoda Force and Dagger. Much appreciated. All right, and we'll go back over to the main scene. So thanks so much again, Gom, and we're going to get out the door. Let me pull up Twitch. What do we got, guys? Oh, I'm hogging up all the viewers. It turns out I'm number 1 right now, so I'll send you guys to B Pimpinelli. How's that grab you?
Yeah, he's a good dude. I like B Pimpinelli.
Yeah, I don't think I've rated B Pimp before, so this should be fun. Let's do that.
Well, thanks for having me, man. Thank you for your community for allowing me to ramble on here for a couple hours. Thanks, guys, for watching. We'll have to do this again. It worked out well today.
I will certainly keep you in mind for the rotation. I'm trying to get a lot of unique people before I have repeat guests, but I will keep you in mind. It'll be very fun to have you back. And yeah, it was so great to have you. So thanks for setting aside the time. I'm glad you enjoyed that game. Hopefully we'll pick up some more games playing that together. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of other games we could play. So you just have to reach out to me and we'll get in on it.
I see you guys in the server. I'll just hop over.
That's right. Yeah, all the time. Yeah. We're playing something. All right, guys. I'm going to start up the outro trailer, and then the raid will kick you on over to B Pimpinelli. But tune in tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for Week 3, Round 3 of Season 26 Grand Arena. I'll try and wrap up the Week 2-1. We're 1-1 so far. I lost this current round, and I have to avenge myself. What can I say? But until then, we'll see you.